And I have to give all of the props to Mike Michalowicz for introducing me to this lovely, amazing, fantastic woman. You know, I was promoting the event for AuthorUpLive. We have 26 days until AuthorUpLive, which is incredible. And I saw this person who joined AuthorUpLive, Katie Cross. And I'm like, oh, who's that? So I went and I Googled her, and I was enamored. I thought, oh my God, this woman is awesome. She's in the author space. She's a ghostwriter. She can help you with your publishing strategy. She knows marketing. So I reached out to Katie and I was like, hey, Katie, I'm excited to see that you're coming to AuthorUpLive. And I wondered if you do like, I don't know, 1-minute video just telling me why you were so excited to join. She immediately hopped to it, and I loved her video because it was just, you could just feel her light and her energy. And she was cute, she was intelligent, and we started texting back and forth. And it's like, she's telling me that she lives not even far from where I live here in Colorado. And then she's talking to me about her husband's work and my husband's work and the kids and the business and all this stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, she is my people. I love it. Thank you, Mike, for introducing us.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so I asked Katie if she'd be willing to do a Facebook Live, because I can tell that she is at the top of her game. Her results are impressive, to say the least, the way that she's grown her company as quickly as she has. And there are so many different offerings inside of her company. And I know that the people that I'm connected with are a perfect fit for what she's doing. And so I wanted to have this Facebook Live to talk a little bit about her company, her services, her approach to launching books, and to talk a little bit about AuthorUpLive, because she's coming and I'm so jazzed to know you in person. So thank you for coming on today and just having a casual chat about all of this.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having me. After like an intro like that, I don't even know what to say. You can come on all of my events and intro.
I know there's something about this one. You guys will see it the more we get into this interview. So Katie, talk to me about your company, your ghostwriting services. Who is your ideal target client and what do you do for them?
Yeah, so Katie Cross Ghostwriting is taking over the world. That's our plan. No, we are kind of a boutique for people that want to write and publish a book. So in general, although there are variations on the theme, we ghostwrite, produce, and help you launch your nonfiction book. So we work ideally with really busy entrepreneurs that have something they want to say, but either don't have the time or the know-how or the connections to produce the quality of book that they want. And that's what we can bring to them, is we can ghostwrite, we help you through production, and then we help you launch it into the world. The great thing about Katie Cross Ghostwriting is that I come from a fiction world. So I have almost 20 fiction books that I've self-published. So I have lots of experience in launching and marketing and testing and all that good stuff. But the reason that's so great is because my strength is story. So I bring the power of story into nonfiction, which is what sells good nonfiction books, is story. We all want story, even if we're coming into nonfiction book with a problem.
Yeah.
And we want story, right? Like we want to connect with people. We want to be the cool kid. We want all that stuff. And that's what Katie Cross Ghostwriting brings into nonfiction books. And then we have the people, right? Like we have the people, we have expertise, and we have this beautiful like system set up. It's all dated. So if you need a book and you want it written and produced and launched, we can do that in 6 months. And we can tell you when everything's going to happen and have all your deadlines, because entrepreneurs are busy people. Like we've got lives to live and the world to save and businesses to run or crash. So we, from the beginning, tell you like, this is what we need and when, and this is when we need you, and this is the time, and this is when everything starts. It's the funnest I've ever done in my life. So much fun.
That is like an entrepreneur's dream, right? Because so many entrepreneurs, they're constantly getting in their own way, right? And they need structure. They need somebody to hold them to the fire, hold them accountable. Yeah. And I love that you have a system in place for it, right? So you really understand how your clients work best in what environment, and then you can help them actually get stuff done. And 6 months, that's awesome. Yeah. Because we're talking about quality book here, right? Yeah. We're not talking about like, oh, just slap out some ideas with a bad cover and get it out there. We're talking about like, what is your methodology? What is your message? What is the message you want to move the world with? And then you're extracting that out and organizing it and writing it, and then actually helping them get it out to the world.
Exactly. So our books are indistinguishable from traditional publishing. I mean, the quality is there. Like we know exactly what to put in place to have the books be really high quality. We know how to write the right content to get you the result you want. So if you have a framework you're setting out, you're like, hey, I came up with this thing and I need a book, so I need the framework out there so I can start getting onto events or opportunities or whatever. That's what we can do for you. And a lot of the time people just don't know what they know. So through our process, we actually pull out of you more than you even knew that you knew, right? So we interview you and we say, well, tell me more about your framework. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about this. And all of a sudden there's so much coming, and we can ask the right questions to get the information to write the right book. And that's the funnest part, is these entrepreneurs they just fly, right? It's so fun to see them like figure out their vision and the ways that they can change the world. And then as my entrepreneurs like see the book developing, like, hey, I have like the initial comps for the paperback, so we can like look at this, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's like a book. Like
that's
it
so
always
fun.
surprises them.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, right.
Covers, and it's so much fun.
So talk to me for a minute about the launch, right? Because in my world, the website, the marketing world, what happens, an author will come to me and they'll say, okay, I have my book now, what do I do with it? And it's like, well, you should have maybe, in a perfect world, when you get the idea for the book is when we start thinking about marketing and the launch of the book, right? So you have a lot more runway to build a following, to interact and engage with your community, to create relationships with people that can help support the launch of your book, right? So I come of the camp of like, let's do this. Yeah, it might take longer for us to launch, but it's going to be a significant launch. And that's really what AuthorUpLive is about. So talk to me, when you get a new client, at what stage are you talking to them about marketing and launch? Is it in the beginning? Do you wait until the book is done and then you talk about it? How does that work?
Oh, the first week typically of the contract, we sit down on a launch call. So I have a spreadsheet that has like a 4-step process to starting to set up your launch. And like you said, you really shouldn't be doing launch like right before the launch. Like launch needs to come like 6 months at least before, right? If not longer. With my entrepreneurs, I almost always encourage them, like, let's plan on launching 3 months after we finalize, because that gives you 9 months to really build up some momentum.
Yeah.
So within at least 2 weeks on most of our contracts, as part of our system, we do a launch call, and our launch strategies revolve totally around people, like leveraging the right influencers, finding the right people to help you, the right people that know your audience, and then just the right people to support you, like creating a launch team, using those people to find other people. I mean, for my fiction, I have launch teams that are like 100 people strong. I have 2 launch teams, each are 100 strong, and they'll go out and even like find librarians and other people
That's
to
awesome.
bring in and share with. So we leverage that same strategy with my entrepreneurs. I say in the call, let's get together and look at everything you have. Like, what are your assets already you have right now in your business? So do you have a podcast? Do you have Facebook following? Do you do Facebook Lives? Do you have YouTube? Like, what have you got? And then we can look at that as a whole and say, where can we leverage the best opportunities, and where do we need to start? Like, should we start pitching for podcast interviews now? Do we need to start building your launch team now? And we need to start talking about it on social media, get people excited about your book, get them involved. I'll even have some of my entrepreneurs like post their cover options on their, like, to their audience and say, help me decide, and kind of
yes.
Yeah, like make them
involved.
part.
Yes.
Yes.
People love being a part of something bigger than themselves, right? So I think that we get nervous about like putting ourselves out there, but when you do it in a way that gives people an opportunity to co-create with you in real time, those are your strongest ambassadors. Like, those are the people that feel like they're a part of something greater than themselves. They can help you get your message out to the world, and that feeds them. They get a lot out of that, actually. So it's not selfish. It's not like you're forcing them to do it. They want to do it if you give them the opportunity.
Exactly. I think what I find in Katie Cross ghostwriting is we're actually therapists. We're not so much ghostwriters,
I feel
therapists,
that
right?
way too.
Because authors especially, and maybe this is in general, I have insight into authors, a huge insight into authors, but imposter syndrome is so rampant. And I feel like I actually have to start addressing that. I started addressing that on like our discovery call.
Good.
I try and figure out, where is your imposter syndrome right now about this book? Like, why, like, how are you feeling this way? Because that will totally sabotage an entire project, but it will absolutely sabotage a launch, because no one wants to ask for help on a launch. And the truth is, it's not like you're, like you said, you're not like forcing them to do this. You're not like asking something that's going to totally drain their energy and they're going to hate you for. Like, people get excited about this, especially if you can find connectors, like people that are natural connectors that just get like a physical thrill on connecting people with like interests. That's what you want to find. You want to find connectors that are just excited about finding other people to read your book, because then they get excited and they just want to keep doing it, and then you're happy and they're happy. So I think with launching, making the ask and imposter syndrome crops up all the time to sabotage success. And that's something that we work through, like with our entrepreneurs. Like this is an issue. You may not even see that you're holding yourself back here, but you're actually holding yourself and your launch back. And we want to make a big splash with your launch if we can and move forward. So I feel you.
That's so awesome. So why I'm so excited about AuthorUpLive. I mean, there's unlimited reasons why I'm excited about this event, of course, but Mike Michalowicz, AJ Harper, and I sat down. We thought it would be really of service and of value to come up with a master launch plan that we can be giving authors that they can use for their future launch. Now, it doesn't matter if you're just in the idea phase, like, oh, at some point I want to write a book. That's still going to be valuable to you. Or if you're in the middle of writing, or like in the case of John Vroman, who we just last interviewed, he already has a successful book that's sold more than 10,000 copies. And yet we're talking to him about relaunching the book as a second edition and then writing that up, right? So it doesn't matter at what stage you are launching, but the point is to have a master launch plan so that you can look at all of the different things that you could be doing to market and launch. And then based on your timeline, your goals, your budget, the team members that you have, you can start to almost custom create a launch plan for that next launch. And frankly, this even works if you don't have a book, right? So if I'm launching a podcast or a website or a digital product, you can still use a lot of these same marketing and launch strategies for any kind of launch. And so at AuthorUpLive, we are giving you a copy of this master launch plan, but then deconstructing it so that you really understand your options, why you would go about doing a certain strategy, so that then you can use this as a permanent fixture in your business moving forward, basically. But of course, I think authors stand the most to gain. And so, Katie, in your experience, when it comes to books, like why books? Why is that the thing that you've decided to say, plant your stake in the ground, this is what entrepreneurs need to move their message forward? Why is a book better than a podcast or anything else out there that you could use?
Well, the first thought that comes to mind is they're timeless, right? Like,
yes.
How long have podcasts been around versus books?
Yeah.
And what really has changed the world more than books and reading and literature? And I think the truth really lies just in our DNA. Like, we are created for story. Like, we love story. We connect with story. I mean, Hero's Journey alone tells us that we all just want to be a hero, right?
Yeah.
But we're always seeking out story in some form, even in our advertising, like marketing, like you look at StoryBrand and all those other advertising that have built empires on using story. Yeah. So I think books are just the timeless medium that connects everyone on earth, right? Like it's the way to put yourself into the world in an unchanging manner. Like, you will always have that legacy in a book, and you will always be able to change lives in that book. I started reading Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How long ago was that written? Like,
I know, right?
Right?
You keep reading it over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's still changing lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can look at historical texts dating back whenever, and they still change lives. And I think that's ultimately what I love about books. It is a means to change the world, and this is a world that desperately needs positive change. So I think that is just one beautiful way to leave a legacy and an imprint and create impact in the world is through books, and entrepreneurs need that, right? Like it drives us, like impact drives us. And so does structure, whether we know it or not. Someone else imposing structure drives us.
Yes, right.
So yeah.
Do you guys see why I absolutely love this girl? Like, I have a huge Katie Cross crush. I just do. I think, you know, your outlook on the world, the way that you're of service, and you're serious and you're driven and you're passionate, like all of that shines through. So that's why I'm so excited for you to come to AuthorUpLive. I'm excited for everybody else in the room to get to know you and your services a little bit better. But Katie, why are you so excited to come to AuthorUpLive? Why did you hit the join button? Why did you make this decision?
Oh, I don't know if we have time for this. There's like so much I want to say. My first is just people, right? Like people matter. And being an author can be so lonely. You're like on your computer all the time and trying to change the world on a piece of paper. So I love meeting other people like me, and this just seemed like a great opportunity to do so, but also like the value of the content you guys are providing. I mean, a launch plan like that, like a Mike Michalowicz launch plan, nonetheless, it's just huge. I don't know anyone in my circles that doesn't know Profit First, right? I think everyone knows Mike's books. Everyone. My mentor just said to me, okay, if you haven't read Mike's latest, go do it now, because he nailed it on story at the beginning, right? So like meeting Mike and you and AJ, I was like, yes, as soon as I saw the lineup. Like, I want to know all of those people, and I want to meet all the people that are going to come. And yes, I want to be even more successful in my launches. So, I mean, that's just the beginning. There's just so many cool things about this.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I mean, it was definitely creative, and, you know, look, anything that Mike is going to be a part of, you know, it's going to be fun. Like if you guys don't know Mike, he's probably the most fun person that I know. It's contagious. And, you know, I have to give a nod to AJ in all of this, because AJ is one of the most fantastic human beings that I've ever known. She is brilliant and loving and giving, and just, she knows her stuff. So AJ is Mike's ghostwriter and strategist, publishing strategist. And so you're really getting the author, the visionary, the ideas guy with the writer, the publishing strategist. She is brilliant in so many ways of marketing and story and collaboration. And then, you know, I bring the marketing lens in. So I'm talking about online marketing and leveraging relationships. And so the three of us coming together now with people like Katie in the room too, it's going to be really awesome. So guys, 26 days is all we have left until we will all be in person at Rocklititz. And the early bird discount ends this week. So if you are somebody that's like been watching these Facebook Lives and you're like, oh, I'm coming, or I'm on the fence, like now's the time to make the decision. And a reminder that $500 of every registration is going straight to Front Row Foundations. We are giving back in a meaningful way and impacting lives both at the event and outside of the event. So we really hope to have you there. Katie, thank you for your time. Please, guys, I have the link to her website inside of the post, so definitely go check out Katie Cross and her ghostwriting services and publishing services if that's a fit for you. And we look forward to seeing you guys all at AuthorUpLive in 26 days.
Awesome. Thank you so much.